Are you guys having a killer time?
And now.
That's fun.
Talk and rock.
The Big Dumb Fun Show.
You're listening to the Big Dumb Fun Show. We are online at BigDumbFunShow.com. We're here live Mondays, 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. The rest of the week, come on back to the website, BigDumbFunShow.com. You can watch the show in replay.
Big show tonight. Tony Treehole is going to carve a live pumpkin on the air.
That pumpkin is alive and he's going to carve it?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's brutal.
This is crazy. Plus, Restraint's going to totally destroy the studio in a couple of minutes. And we still have Jeff Johnson from Occupy KC in the studio as well. We're learning a little bit more about the Occupy movement. It was last time you were on, like just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
80 cities had adopted this, and then 80 cities had their own program at one place or another. Has it grown any more than that, or is it holding strong
like
at 80?
900.
900 cities?
I'm not kidding.
Now it's like the small cities.
I mean,
like,
we have
Occupy Belton.
No, we have Occupy Tokyo.
Occupy Tokyo?
I'm not
Why
kidding.
would that? So the foreign governments are like, yeah, this sucks.
I think this is a problem that is endemic internationally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just here in the U.S.
It's not an American problem. It's
Are they
a
all
worldwide
pissed at
problem.
Wall Street, or they're all pissed at their own Wall Street? I guess because they have the.
Well, Wall Street has a lot of influence in the world, but it's a screwed up.
Tokyo has
financial-
Wall Street.
That's bad.
That is bad.
So, but you have a general. Let's go back through like your agenda. You
Sure.
have not your political agenda.
Okay.
But you have a general session every night.
Correct. It's 6:30 p.m. Everyone's welcome to participate, and it's a very interesting democratic process. It's messy because it is very, very democratic, but it's an opportunity for people to have their voice heard, and we actually try to get things done.
Do you have a mic? Do you have a PA? Is it just some guy shouting at people? Or
We've argued about what to do, because in Wall Street they have what's called a people's mic.
They just
That would be great. That would be handy. No, in Wall Street they can't use amplification, so they've resorted to this call and return thing. Somebody says a phrase, the whole group that can hear him resays it.
Oh, that
And
sounds
so everybody can
delightfully
hear.
annoying.
It's incredibly annoying.
Well, but everybody has to focus then because they don't say, well, I think he said this.
Yeah, you don't have the
Like
telephone
the
game going on.
repetition has to be really
He's
accurate.
exactly
So it's a
right.
little slower for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot slower, but it does focus people, and you get to hear. Well, we varied from using that to a megaphone to just some people refuse to do it at all, and they just talk.
Now, Wall Street, you can't use that, but can you in Kansas City? You can use an amplify.
We've been getting away with it.
Okay.
So I'm
One
not
of those things that they've turned away from now.
Yeah, they haven't felt the
But
need
when
to
they want to get
enforce
rid
it.
of you, maybe
we're not
they'll-
near any residential areas. We're not bothering any residents at
Yeah.
all, or actually even any businesses. There's no one around us.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the
It's
complaints
great.
some
It's a good
people have.
spot. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
good in that way. It's bad, and it
Well,
doesn't have the
You're
visibility.
interrupting the gay
But-
cruise spots, though.
Well, that's
That's
Old
kind of a-
Liberty Memorial. You're showing your age there. I think
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
That's not the
He's
current
showing-
Liberty
youngsters
Memorial.
He's showing
know
his
about
age
that.
and his proclivities.
and his 2:00 visits or whatever. But I
They
did
knocked
want-
all those bushes down a long time ago.
But that's the regular evening thing, and then
Yeah.
we have these events scheduled. We did a big day of learning yesterday. A lot of good speeches and people trained about things. But on the 30th, we have that march from Ilus Park, the downtown part. We're going to the northeast, and there'll be some speakers at the park as well. But we're trying to expand our reach.
Yeah.
We're going to keep that base, but we're trying to have as much outreach as possible.
Well, and is expanding your reach. There's also celebrities that are getting on board now nationally. I follow Alec Baldwin. He doesn't follow me, but it's okay.
He doesn't.
He will.
He
sometime.
follows
We
our
have to
Twitter.
fix that.
Does he?
He does.
Alec Baldwin follows the Big Dumb Fun Show.
I can't tell you why, but it's
That's great. But anyway, he tweeted. He's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about going down there." Everyone said, "Do it!" And then he went down there. I guess he gave a speech or something that it was like Alec Baldwin goes to Occupy Wall Street. So now more celebrities are kind of like, maybe this is something that's cool to participate in.
And we have Pee Wee Herman scheduled coming up next week. No, I'm
Sorry
just kidding.
about
We
that.
don't have we don't have Alec Baldwin.
No,
but
no.
but yeah, it's actually focused the attention of the world on that spot.
Yeah.
and it's a good venue for people who have something to contribute to go actually speak.
Yeah.
and there've been some really. Pete Seeger was down there on his walker, walking around.
Nice.
And yeah, well, it was an amazing thing for him to be down there. And Chris Hedges made a presentation.
Are you
but-
getting the press that you're looking for in
We're get-
Kansas City?
We are getting decent press. At this point, I don't think we can complain about being given attention to. But it's still the press is like what.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What do you want? That's still the big question mark.
Exactly.
And we don't necessarily have the answer to that. So I'm sure that's really
It
frustrating.
just feels like a whole park full of hobos.
it can seem that way.
Because you
and
know the
there's that
homeless are like,
aspect.
yes,
Yes.
this is great.
But, behind the scenes, there are a lot of really serious non-homeless people
Yeah.
involved in this organization.
Yeah. Well, you've got a home, right?
Well, I think
I do.
I
Say that you do.
And
I
I
have
had
a home in
actually-
Malibu,
Yeah.
actually. I'm part of the 1%. But
He's actually working undercover.
I'm an infiltrator.
I had read that there was, I think last week we talked a little bit about how there was some infiltration, if you will, of some bad elements in New York City.
Right.
But then I had read online that the people that were really kind of the main focus, people participating there in New York City, were feeding the homeless now.
Yes. Yeah,
Which,
it's-
because the honest to God truth is, those homeless people, not part of the 1%.
Really?
Well, they're, like we
You
said
know, if you
last.
just
Okay,
feed
other
them,
than
they're gonna-
Howard Hughes, but
Yeah.
If you feed them, they're just going to keep hanging around.
But that's not been a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you might wonder if that's a problem, but it's been. What's amazing about this movement is how little violence has been associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if any violence, it's been the police, and that's garnered support. But
Yeah.
this, for as many places as this is happening, as many people as involved, it is amazing how little violence is occurring. This
Are you
is
still,
a
are you
really
still tight with the
peaceful
cops?
movement.
The cops treating
We're
you
fine.
nice?
Yeah. I mean, they're in a predicament. I mean, there are rules to enforce, and that's their job. But at the same time, we're not causing trouble. We're being really peacefully law-abiding people, except for that, the tent thing right now.
other
But
than the
we're working
fact
on
that you have an issue with the way things are run right now, the very kind of corporate government connection and the issues that they're having where where 1% of the population controls the majority of the wealth. And it's
Exactly.
and it's like how clear of a message do you have to have?
Right.
Well, I think I would need a clearer message over what exactly what you want.
Well,
Like
how
what's
to
what
fix it,
like
you mean?
yeah how to fix
it.
How to fix absolutely how to fix it. What is your plan? Do you have an amendment? Have you garnered more support as far as that is concerned? As far as do you have because you did have some
Yes.
good talking points last time about
and
we need this.
I think Dylan Radican online put up a petition to sign for a constitutional amendment. He had a couple of choices, and I think he's got like 200,000 signatures in that short a period of time. I've found that a constitutional amendment fixing campaign finance law is a very well-received idea.
Okay.
I'm confident that's going to happen.
And I think that would be great if that's what you said. You know what? We're all just going to be behind this. This is what we want passed. Let's do this. Like
But-
if you had that one thing, let's do this.
But the thing is, that's the one thing to be able to fix all the other real things.
Yeah, there's
honestly, there's a bunch of things.
There's a bunch of things. I mean, here I was just looking on Slash.com today, which is kind of a technology news website. They were talking. There's 147 corporations controlling most of the global economy. 147 companies, pretty much controlling the majority of the economy around the world.
None of them hiring right now. Jeff, thank you very much. The website occupykc.com. And that links to everything else that you're doing. I thank you very much for stopping back by the Big Dumb Fun
My
Show.
pleasure. Thank you very much, guys.
Thursday, May 13th. End of message.
I told myself I never